Hi guys, can you hear me? Hello. Hi guys, can you hear me? Hello. Hi guys, can you hear me? Hi guys. Yeah, hello. Yeah, today we are going to see what is Python and how it works entirely. Why means tomorrow I having a test based on the Python. Today, today I will tell what are the topics we are going to see and how it works. Okay, let's dive into it. I will share my VS Code. Let me start from that. It will so helpful for us. I will show everything how I learn, how I gather the sources, where I get from it. So for that, I will share the entire screen for you. I think now my screen is fully visible. You can see my YouTube studio. Let me move into the edge and let me go into the chat GPT and chat GPT section. Chat GPT. ChatGPT. Yeah. We are going to tell we are to the ChatGPT. We are going to learn what is. We are going to learn a Python topics. So we are to hi. Oh, evening. Today I am going to learn Python. Python concept from basic to advanced. So give me concept one by one and with a simple interview definition 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 and example please and ask please ask for next step. Okay, what is an variable in Python? From that before we want to know what is programming language. So we does not need a help of a chat GPT to search what is programming. We just use Google for that. We will search what first I will tell what is programming in my understanding. After we'll search and see it is similar to that or not. If it's similar means let's move on to the next topic. If it's not means let me see what is different between my understanding and the concept they have given. The programming language means it is a language is used to interact with the computer. Like a basic human can interact with another human with a common language. We used English like what we are now doing. We are communicating with an English language. It can be understood by most of the people who are living in a country. in many countries. So here, here the concept of a programming language is coming. Now we are communicating with human. But when we want to communicate with human and a machine means how we do it, how we can do it by the programming language. It helps us to interact with the computer. So today we are going to see the one of the programming language that is called as Python. The Python is one of the programming language used to interact with the computer. It helps us to easily through the what are the functions we want to do by the computer. We can give a set of instructions or manual set of instruction or what we want. We can do it by the that language. That is basically called a programming language. The programming language also have a set of rules, grammars, and instructions. We want to follow that. Then only we can interact with the computer. Without that, we cannot do that. Why means if you are speaking English means there are some basic concept like we want to maintain the grammar little bit or we want to construct the sentence clearly, then one the opposite person will understand that and gather the knowledge from this. Without a clear definition or a clear translation, it cannot be done. So please, so please first understand that we want to we not need to hear master that we want to understand that how it works. So you want to learn any language means first understand how it works. Then we can easily implement that and how we can easily speak that language to any other person who can understand that language. So now we know what is in a programming language. In a Py not in a Python, basically in a computer side we come as in a programming language. There is a three level like low level, mid level and high level. The low level language is called as machine code, machine level language. Machine level language means the language is understood only by the machines. It cannot be understood by the human. Well, it is will be more complex if you try to understand. Why means it will be in a binary, zeros and ones. If you try to understand means there are so complex scenarios will become. We want to derive and we want to compile so many solutions. Then only we can understand that. So it is an machine communicating language. Okay, and a mid level language. I have said it is an assembly level language. We also call it symbolic language. Why we call this as mid level language means it can be understood by human as well as a machine. So but it is not the code is not to be reusable. If you want to use any line of code means you want to write newly, it cannot be reused and it is little difficult to learn, but we can learn and we can understand. It is understand by the machine easily. Why it is in a machine code, it is it is a machine code little bit developed to understand by the human, developed for a human to understand that. Okay, now we have seen a low level, mid level, high level language. It is a main part is coming. A high level language is basically what language we are going to learn today. It is a Python programming language. It will be in English, human understandable, human readable, and machine understandable, machine readable code language. It is one of the language. we should get understand. Python is basically created based on the C. So the mother of the Python, if anyone asked, means it is basically a C. Without C, the Python is not there. So now we have a basic idea of how the programming language are communicated and what are the levels are there. Let me move into the programming language. What is there? Let me see. First, in a programming language, there is a concept called variable. Variable means we not need to we need not need any memorization here. We only need is concept understanding. So I will explain what is a variable in a simple terms with an example. In every home we have a kitchen. In kitchen we have variety of masalas. The all the masalas will be in a one box. Definitely not. Each masala will be in each box. We know if the box is same, all box are looking same. Then how do we know this masala is in this box? This masala have been this masala. No, it is confusing now. So for that only we will give it a name for that. It is a garam masala. We will write top of the box or side of the side of the box. We give an identity for that box. It is called as identifiers. The name given for that box is called identifiers. It is defined by user, not by the default machine. So that we called as user defined name or user defined identifier. The stored container is called variable. Basically, the box is an a container. It is called as variable. We given a we represented with the user defined name. It is called as variable name. Inside that box, we have some masalas. It will be garam masala, turmeric powder, pepper. It can be anything. But in a programming language, we have some data types. Let me see in the future what is a data types and what are the data types we have. We store only that data types into that variable. It is basically a container. In that container, we can store what are the data types we want. Now we all understand what's a variable. I think so. Yeah. Variable name. It is an user defined name or identifier. Why I'm telling identifier means we identifying by that name only. So it is an identifier. Values. We use an equal to assign that value to that variable name. The name equal to location and age equal to 19. Let me see what is a double quotes inside that letter and what is this number and all. It is print of x means basic. I will explain what is print. In a normal world, print means what? We will get out of we will get something what we given to if you go to Xerox shop and if you given send in a paper to print out, they will given a Xerox of that. It will show what was in that file in a real world existing. Like if I think you all understand, basically print means print will show what is inside that variable, what is inside that user defined name. So in this scenario, x having the value 10, So the print will show 10. Simple. Important point, Python is dynamic type. This means you do not need to specific data type manually. I will tell why they are mentioning this point mainly and why it is dynamically typed. I think you all understand this. Let's move on to the next problem. Next concepts. Here the main concept is entering what is a data types in Python. Simple explanation, data types define what kind of values a variable store. Data types define what kind of value the variable store. Now we have an understanding of what is variable. Variables is like in a container, but we can only store the data types. The data types are numerical, decimal, text, and true or false. We know what is numeral number means. Number means what? 1 to positive to negative, integer, and decimal and float. Decimal means a point after a number after a point, number point after number 1.01 means it is a decimal value, so that we called as float. The plain text has been called as string in programming language, and the true or false like zeros and ones are called as boolean. Let me see the representation of these four types, four data types, how it looks. Before that, we will see the how what is the definition for this question in an interview purpose. A data type specific the type of a data. A data type specific specific the type of a data variable can hold and the operation that can performed on it. What are they coming to tell us means a data type can tell what kind of data it is in a variable. A data type specific of a data a variable specific the type of data variable can hold. Before we seen four types of datas, data types. So each variable can hold these four values, and we can do set of operation based on that values. The operation that can be performed on it. A main data types in Python like integer number. It is represent like numbers. Decimal number after a number what are the point values are called decimal values or float. What is a string? Double quotes or single quotes. Inside the double quotes or single quotes or triple quotes, what are the things are representing as as considered as considered as string? What are whatever the things we have given inside the double quotes or single quotes or triple quotes, it is considered as string. Boolean is basically a true or false. If you all have idea of it, let's move on to next input output. It is one of the most important beginner concept. I I am little bit tired of speaking a long time after I'm speaking this long. After a long time I'm speaking this much long. I'm so much tired. I only speak for 15 minutes I think so. For that itself my throat is paining. Oh my god. Input, print, receiving information, showing information, taking data from the user. Input gets the information from the user, prints display what are the information we get from the user. Definition: input is used to upset a user during a runtime, and a print is used to display output on the compiled console. Okay, input is used to offset a user input during runtime. Input is used to offset user input during runtime. Basically, basically, in the runtime, the data has been get from the user. It is less input, and a print is used to display the output on the console. Print function. Why do we use typecasting with input? Because input always return a data string. Yeah, without mentioning the data type is default as a string. So if you want to get a value as a string means we want to do a typecast there. Without doing that, we can't get the value what we want, which data type we want. Operators in Python. What are the operators you guys know? We have learned in our school or in our college in a math class. We know only addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. If move on to advancement, square, root, we will do square, we will do root, then we will do modulus and absolute. Other than that, we will not do so much. If you are in college, means you in the second year of engineering department, all of them learned like what is and or nor. Definitely, you guys learn these things, three things, and nor or nor. So first we see a basic operation. What is it is an arithmetic operation. Operators are special symbols used to perform operations on a operands, such as arithmetic comprehension, logical assessment operation. Arithmetic or mathematical operation comparison means it will be compare a value. Logical means combine conditions. Assessment means assigning values. Membership check. presence, identity, or check memory identity. Let me move into the arithmetic operation, a plus minus division, floor division, or more normal division, or modulus reminder, square power. We all know these things how it works. Let me move on to the next comparison operation, greater than equal to, smaller than equal to, not equal to, uh, greater than, smaller than, logical and or not, reverse the result, not age. It will be print like false. Yeah, guys, it will print false. Tinakatanu, 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 na. It will take a bit time, take a while. Let me move on to the assessment operator. It is an equal and plus equal to minus equal to star equal to divide equal to floor division equal to. It can be thus is like comparison operator. Important what is the difference between equal and double equal? Equal is used to assign the value to the variable. Double is equal to check the each value is equal to or not. What is membership operator? In, not in. Membership operator used to test whether a value is present in a sequence or collection. Operator. Yeah, false. Identity operator is check whether two value refers to the same memory. It will check the same memory location or not. Do not compare values. It check memory address, object identity. Object identifier operators are used to determine whether two variables point to the same memory object in memory. Same object in a memory. Is not. If A is B, true. Yeah, A is B, false. Y means it is created separately, not individual. Not it is separately, not combined. Okay, it not refers to the same A. Name is none. True. 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 False. True. 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 False. Let's move on to the next one. It is so interesting and it increasing the difficulty level also. The condition statement in Python. What does a condition statement mean? Condition statement helps the program to make a decision. Let me move on to the real world examples. If you go into the bakery, there is two option: going to buy a cake or not. If you buy a cake means the bakery will pack the cake and give it to you. If no means they will ask, what you want, sir? Can I help you? This is a basic system we are used in here also. The given condition, the condition by the condition are given by a set of rules. That is called if, or else. What is the difference between these things? If if it is happen means give the result. If I mu- I buy the cake, pack and give me. Else ask what you want, sir. Can I help you? In between, given another condition. Elif. Elif will tell, can I get a half of a cake? That is a condition. If you get a pass mark or a fail mark, if you get a pass mark greater than 35, if you get mark greater than 35 means you will get pass. If it is else you will fail. Control statements are used to control the flow of action, execution, or action based on the condition. Control statement is used to control the flow, which direction you want to move based on the result, based on the action, based on the condition. Execution based on the condition. If check condition, if else, we use two possible outcomes. If else, multiple condition. Nested if inside another if. Statement execution block only if condition is true. If condition and the logic we have want. Here, the person who can vote the age is greater than 18. So we want to check that time if age greater than equal to 18, that is an condition we have given. If it is satisfied, we want to print the eligible for vote or not. Important point: the indentation indentation space indentation space. Memorize this. Indentation space is more important. Here we see means there is a little bit space here. Why they have given a space here means not for a simple fun thing. They are telling we have given a if condition. What are the things have to be executed after the condition satisfied? It should be inside this if. For that only we given a some space if. That is called as indentation. Indentation is more important in Python. Without indentation, the Python programming does not exist. In other language, they use the curly braces. Uh, they does not consider any space or any lines to execute their code. But here, the indentation is more important. Why means the code should be look clear and to be understandable. For that only, they have created that indentation method. Now you have understand why the indentation. This, if you see here, means here we have on one condition. After that, we given a little space and we write the statement what to be executed. So this one belongs to this if statement. After we move that space and we come to the default area else, and after we given the statement, so it is belongs to else statement. So in this way only the Python is works. If else, I think let's move on to next one. We all know what is if loop are used to do repeated code multiple times. Without loops, you could need to write the same program again and again. Simple explanation: a loop execute a block of code repeatedly until the condition become false. A loop execute set a block of code until the condition become false. Loops are control flow statements. Loops are control flow statements used to repeatedly execute a block of code based on a condition or sequence. Types of loop in Python: for loop, while loop, iterate through the sequence, repeat until the some condition get false, become false. So we know how a for loop and a while loop will work. String, we know how string works. Let me take a little bit break and we move on to the next topic. Hi guys, we are back. Let no one do. Now let me see something different. It's a little bit bored. So let me move to a tensatonic. Tensatonic. Basically, I explain what is a tensatonic. Tensatonic is a platform to practice a problem based on the machine learning AI concepts, and they have so many problems we can perform and execute and see that we can learn these kinds of concepts, and I will show what are the concepts they have. After I connecting my GitHub, I will show the full potential of this website. The interview preparation, we have like SQL, Mang, NumPy, Math. It is all in log. We want like premium for this one. Back to study plan. Study plan, study plan. What are the study plan they have? Yum and algebraic problems. It is all free before I see what's no need to want to pay for it. It is more dude, it is more dude. I have another website to you. Wait a second guys. I will show the another website. I want to search that website a little bit, but I'll show you. Ah, yeah, you have seen like deeplm.com. Here they also given a problems to Radix. They have given 1,000 problems. Efficient task switching with LoRa weight swapping. I don't know what these things and all are all. Then these things I should not. They have ML math. They have given concepts to study with an explanation how it works and all. The ML system side, MLOps, I think so. Remains from open canvas means want it to be start here, click problem B to read the requirements and graded constraints you need to satisfy. Oh, here we are given these things. Drag nodes from the plate onto the canvas. Each component has a cost, latency, impact. Connect from back from one node handle to another to create edge. Edge define how data flow through your pipeline. Tall. Click Run to instantly check your design against the grade constraints yet until you pause. Submit for everyone happy with your design. Click Submit and AI expert will review architecture and design. Oh, it's so awesome, man! Batch source, PP latency, stream source, future store, batch stores, commit control, latency, decommit, cache layer. Oh, it's self data shared layer, embedding in text infrastructure. Wait, it's looking awesome, man. We can learn so much of things using this. Let me try one thing. Try something after. Definitely, we will try something. Oh, these are all in the log section. But it's good. Mythograph theory, information theory, statistics, probability, then ML research, transformers. So much of things going in the tensor term. What is this KB? Keep no value. Okay. Cross attention. Then we move on to 70. But I am feeling so much tired. I see.